Disclaimer: all the character and incident are fictional. Everything is mentioned in this episode don't compare with their life. It's just based on imagination, not on reality. You were sitting on that chair, but you frowned when you saw your rival Jungkook's name in the invitation list for tomorrow. You blinked your eyes multiple times and then you spoke. Why he had been invited? You looked up at your secretary who was standing in the front of you. She blinked her eyes. Ma'am, I think because he made a move to return after disappearing for a year, your throat got dried. He returns, you clear your throat. Actually, you both were from the same high school, but time passed and you both saw each other's as each other's rivals. He was actually far ahead of you, but you compete him and then all of a sudden he disappeared. Even he closed all his company and no one knows the reason. Now you had to get ready if he returns, cause you can't let him win the war you both had started. He suddenly came back after he closed all his company last year. No one knows why he disappeared, and one day he's running everything, and next day he's gone, and now he's back. Don't you think it seems strange? If you don't mind, can I share something with you? You noted. Why not? I have been trying to figure out, and I found something strange about the CEO of Geon Group of Companies. What's that? Jeon Jungkook was not here in our country, but he went to Germany since a year. For what? Is he going to start a company there? No, he had an accident, and it's a miracle he is alive. Your eyes widen. Oh my god. And? And he lost his memory. Your jaw dropped. What? Yeah, he lost his memory, and even his personal doctor came with him. That's so bad. That's not bad. It's a chance for you to take your company on the top before his memory came back. Yeah, you are right. You walked into the restaurant for the business dinner, and before you opened the door, you heard them laughing. You took a deep breath, and before you opened the door, someone pulled the door and stepped out. Unfortunately, he bumped into you, and you were wearing a long heel, and before you fell, he grabbed your wrist. You looked up at his face. Your eyes widened, you got frozen. It was him, your rival, who always wanted to push you, but today he was helping you. Is not it was so shocking? Of course it was. Not just for you, for all your business male friends who were watching to both of you. Are you okay? I'm really sorry. You looked around to see if it's real, or you just are dreaming then that he is apologizing to you. I can't believe it first. That who couldn't stand me is being the nice guy. Like wow. He was going to ask you something but you ignored and went inside. You pulled a chair and sat on it, but all are your business friends who were staring at you. What happened? Nothing. It's all shocking for us to seeing both of you like this. My dear sister, I'm hungry. You just tried to change the topic. You just poured water in the glass when he sat beside you. You didn't have to look at him to know who is he. His fragrance is enough to make sure who it would be. Your heart skipped a beat when he asked while whispering in your ear, "Can I sit here?" You quickly glanced at him. What? His softened eyes turned colder as you acted cold with him without even asking. For the second time he pulled a chair and sat beside you. Your jaw dropped seeing his behavior. Your throat got dry in tension and you coughed without looking at you. He pulled a glass of juice towards you. You clear your throat. Why did he being so attractive? Why he lost his memory? He is not real. He is not real. You took a sip of juice and you glanced at him to know what is running in his head, but you can't. found except his sharp, dark features. Few hours later, he walked out with his secretary, Millie. Yes, sir. Who was that girl? That girl with brown hairs? They both hate each other. Is it necessary to tell him about it? Is it necessary to let him know about they both were rebels? When they had a perfect match, when they can be friends or couple? You looked at him. Actually, she is the CEO of YN Group of Companies. Oh, I feel like I know her, but she was so rude. You both were in the same school. Really? But now you both are not that close like you used to be. Now I understand. Well, thank you. And go home because it's already late. Yes, sir. You walked out with Lily. Lily, you was right. He literally lost his memory. Yeah, but stay alert. We know nothing about him personally. You nodded. Midnight. You were trying to sleep because you didn't know why there was something was feeling uneasy. You are uncomfortable, so you get up and turn on the lights. I'm done with this. Why every night I have to take those medicines to sleep? Not today. You got up from the bed, you wear your shoes and walked out. You were running in the garden of your society, but all of a sudden a guy appeared in the front of you. Your breath almost stopped when your feet stopped, but you bumped into his chest. Your face literally smashed to his chest. You took a deep breath and then you pushed him. You were full in anger, but before you say something, you saw his face and you got shocked seeing him here. You? What are you doing here? Madam Jiggy, you don't own this place. Your cheeks turn red. I mean, I never saw you here before, especially at this time. Now get used to it. You looked at him for a few seconds and then before you stepped away, he held your wrist. What are you doing? You looked at him. He looked at you for a few seconds. Black hair suits you more than brown. You couldn't understand. What? You twisted your eyebrows. I mean, he tilted his head just near your face. Nothing. You think yourself oversmart, huh? So what? And just then someone called him. When you looked at his back, you saw his father. Junko, what are you doing here? Who are you? I am Ryan. Yeah, Dad, we were at the same school, right, Ryan? You blinked your eyes multiple times. How you know? Do you remember about me? Do you remember her? Yes, Dad. You head down to your table and within a second you fell asleep. Lily knocked the door and when you didn't respond, she walked inside. Ma'am, she opened. You opened your eyes and you quickly looked up at her. Ma'am, is everything is alright? You are sleeping here? Yeah, yesterday I couldn't sleep. No, it's alright. She forwarded you a list for your next meetings, but you got stunned seeing his name, Jungkook. Meeting with him for what? He wants to do a project with you. Cancel it, okay? I don't even want to see his face. She nodded. Few days later. So what's the report? She is getting stuck. Jungkook frowned. Does she knows about it? He shook his head. Mr. Jeon walked inside. Jungkook, what are you doing? Her protection is none of your business. And why few days ago you lied to me that you know her? Do you have any idea? I was going to fire your doctors because I thought they were lying about your condition. Jungkook's men leave and as he leave, Mr. Jeon sat on the chair in the front of him. You are my one and the only family. Try to understand. Dad, I don't want it. But she needs me. Why you think she needs you? 'Cause I am the only one who sent my man behind her. Who knows what she is facing? Since I met her for the first time, feeling different connection with her. You fell for her. He got up. Maybe. You take off your shoes and sat up on the bed. Before you put blanket on you, someone knocked the door and you got startled. You lived alone in an apartment, no maids, no guard, but today you feared. Who is there? You clear your throat when the door knocked again. Now you are shivering in fear. You got up and rushed to the secret door of your room. The door slowly opened and there was a guy. You have seen him many times just near your company, near your apartment, but today he twisted his eyebrows and looked around. Miss Ryan, come out, let me see you. Your heart started beating faster in fear. You quickly got up. So you are here. And before he catch you, you opened the door and rushed out. Yash, don't run. He rushed behind you. Your heart were pounding in your chest. You were running down stairs, barefoot, breathless. Before your feet touched the floor, you saw Jungkook walking inside your apartment, and you quickly rushed to him. When are you? Or you hugged him tightly out of fear. He could clearly hear your heart pounding. He was not alone. He came with security around him. He looked up to the guy who got frozen seeing them, but they rushed to him and caught him. Ryan, he felt your breath faster, and as you didn't respond, he picked you up in his arms and walked out. He made you sit on the bench and sat on his knees in the front of you. Take a breath. You looked around and then you looked at him while breathing heavily. He forwarded a water bottle to you. Drink this. You grabbed that bottle. After drinking water, you spoke. Thank you. He looked at you. No need to thank me. And he got up. Are you leaving now? He glanced at you. Yeah, you clear your throat. You were already feeling scared and now thinking to stay alone gives you goosebumps. But you said goodbye. By the way, thank you once again. He smiled at you. We are leaving. You blink your eyes. What do you mean? Do you think I will leave you alone when you needs me? You looked at him in shock. You walked inside with him and when you saw his father. Dad, she's Ryan. I know. From now, she will stay with us. Welcome, Ryan. You smiled. Thank you, uncle. Ryan, come, I'll show you your room. You nodded and walked with him. Days passed. You stay at his house and now you both are not really rivals anymore, but more than friends. Few days ago he proposed you and of course you said yes. Right now you are staring at your ring and your phone rang. You saw your phone screen, it was Mr. Jeon. Uncle, you smiled and picked up the call. Ryan, Jungkook's health got critical. Please come to the hospital. What happened to him? I don't know. Suddenly he felt a sharp pain in his head and got fainted. I'm coming. You hung up the call. She walked inside. Thank God, please. Handle everything. I'm going to the hospital. Is everything is alright, ma'am? No, Jungkook's health is not good. You picked up your phone and rushed out. She got frozen. I hope he'll be right. And never forget the love they had with each other. Hours later, you were standing behind Mr. Jeon when doctor came out. Congratulations, Mr. Jeon. Your son won the war. What do you mean? He recovered his memory. You smiled. Can we meet him? He looked at you and hugged you. Your Jungkook is now fully recovered. You smiled and nodded, and then he looked at the doctor. But doctor, he remembered everything happened in those years while he lost his memory. There are chances he forget about those years. Well, excuse me. And your smile disappeared. You were sitting on the couch right now. Just one thing was in your head, that those beautiful memories he gave you, he will forget everything. His father was standing in the front of him and get to know about everything he used to know before even his father saw a coldness in him like he was before. How's you feeling, my son? Good, but where is Ryan? Your eyes widened and you got frozen. Ryan, do you know her? Dad, I recovered my memory. Why you are behaving like I lost my memory? I'm talking about Ryan, my fiance. Mr. John again spoke. Who? Dad, that girl with brown hairs. He got up and slowly walked, and all of a sudden his eyes caught you, and you stopped just near the door. Oh, why, and black hair suits you more than brown hairs. Come here. There was nothing but you cried badly, hardly. And he spoke. You thought I'd forget you, right? Ah, how fictional. You walked to him and hugged him tightly after you sat in the front of him. He chuckled and wrapped his arms around you. And that's it for today. The end. Thanks for watching. Tada, bye bye. Take care. See you. Love you. Don't forget to subscribe and comment.